He's like, I really like you, and you know, I really want to be my girlfriend. In my head, I'm like, oh no, bro, like, you know your parents gonna find out. Like, if your parents find out, you're gonna be dead. But what came out my mouth was yes. What the fuck? What's up, guys? It's your girl, Skinny Penis. But hey, y'all, I'm back again with another story time. But you know when sometimes you be just chilling and then you remember something, you're like, oh my goodness, that did happen. I'm gonna give y'all a story time of this, my shortest relationship ever. This happened when I was like in 6th grade of middle school. Also, the family was here. We used to talk a lot, so I used to be over my cousin's house all the time. So they had these Cameroonian neighbors, and so because you know they were friends, you know, we became friends because I was over his house like all the time, and so we got really close. Our family got really close with them too, and you know, stuff like that. You know, they used to do my hair, all that good African things going on. So once my Cameroonian neighbors, they had moved, and they used to do like a lot of African parties, like a lot from what I remember, a lot. So I remember there was this one party that had went to, and stop right now. This was before I had this whole thing of avoiding African men emotionally, mentally, and physically. Like, if you really know me, I'm really dodging the shit out of them because I can't. This was before that feeling ever came and ever crossed my mind, okay? I'm gonna give that big disclaimer right there. I remember getting the party, and I remember seeing this one boy there, and I was like, oh my goodness, you are fine. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. So I'm like, I asked my friend, I'm like, who is that? And they're like, oh, that's my cousin. And I'm like, he's cute. And they're like, you know, go talk to him, he's nice. And I'm here like, I'm not gonna go talk to him or whatever. Like, you told him to talk to me. That's when he came and talked to me. We were cool, and for real, he was really like, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, he was a year older than me. So he was in 7th grade and I was in 6th grade. I remember him being really tall, like taller than me, like tall. I mean, I was short. I've always been short, but he was like really tall for his age. And yeah, like he was really like, he had a beanie on. That's what I remember him. He had a beanie on. He was pretty like, yeah, like he had it going on, like for being like in 7th grade or whatever. Like he had a sister, and his sister was like, yeah, like he doesn't have a girlfriend, like you should still be his girlfriend, like y'all should date. And I'm like, no, like no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, as I said, like they were having a lot of African parties. A lot of them, I used to go a lot of them. So basically the first night, he was like, you know, can I get your number? I was like, bet. So I gave him my number, and we kind of texted. Even Ray, hold y'all. Doing that, I was so in my head about my parents finding out. I swear to y'all, like I was so in my head about my parents finding out about that. Because if my parents found out I was talking to a boy in 6th grade, let alone even now, let my dad know that I'm talking to a boy now, my ass would be done. So imagine like me talking to a boy in 6th grade. That is not going to work out for me. I am not going to see the light of day the next day. So we started texting, and I'm being like real, like trying to be a little cute about it. Like I changed his name to something else because, you know, strict parents really like real life make a sneaky ass child. I'm not gonna lie to you. So next, you know, another, you know, parties, and you know, as we kept seeing each other, like, you know, we started liking each other even more. And I'm here like, oh God, so cute. Like I liked him. The last party I remember me going to I remember like he had told me he was coming to this party. So I got there early, but I looked great. Like I looked good. Like I was the fit, the part, everything. I was doing that. I looked great that day. And that's when he comes, and everyone is like, oh my God, here go your boyfriend. Oh, there go your boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God. See, I can't tell y'all nothing. They're like, you know, like, go talk to her. Like, we were being like really shy to each other. Like, they kept pushing us to each other, and we were just acting like we don't know each other. It was just a bunch of just childish. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was just like, you know, puppy love, whatever you want to call it. So that's when he comes up to me and he just took me to the side, and he's like, you know, I really like you. And I'm here like, no, you're not. Please tell me you're not. And then he's like, I really like you, and you know, I really want to be my girlfriend. In my head, I'm like, oh no, bro, like you know your parents gonna find out. Like if your parents find out, you're gonna be dead. But what came out my mouth was yes. What the fuck? I said, said yes. And I was like, you know, I was just like, you know, you ever heard the saying of put your feet in the water and let's see how deep you get. See how deep you get. I was like, sure, let me just try this out. Keep in mind, we never had a boyfriend before, never had none of that before. All of that, this is something new. I'm here like, let me just try this out, okay? So I kid you not, after I said yes, I regretted it. I regretted it so much because I was literally in my head when my parents finding out. Because the thing is like, his parents knew the Cameroonian parents because of course that's the family, right? Their parents knew my parents, right? And if you have African family, you know damn well they like to talk. In fear of my parents finding out, because if they did, I would be so dead. So I'm like, oh my god. I said yes, but I'm telling you, like, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm still happy that I have a boyfriend, but at the same time, I'm really dreading my decision. So I'm like, if you've ever been to African parties, you know we be partying until like the next day, literally. Like it would not even feel like the next day. Like it'll be 5 a.m. and you're still there and you're like, whoa. And the party ends at 6 a.m. So party ended at like 3 a.m. I believe and stuff like that. So I went home. You know, I get in the car and I was like, oh, how was the party? And I'm just shaking like, oh my God, he knows something. You know something. He knows. I don't know who told him, but this man knows. Shaking like just shaking of my parents finding out. I kid y'all not, I got home. It was 3 a.m. I got home. I woke up. It was 6 a.m. I texted him. I was like, hey, I cannot do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Like, we gotta break up. I am so terrified of my parents finding out. I can't do this. I am so sorry that I let you, like, I said yes. I should have not said yes. Like, you know, yeah. Like, I just texted him I couldn't do it. We were not even together for like 12 hours. More than 12 hours. Like, what the fuck? So he's like, you know, look, I understand that, you know, I can kind of tell by, you know, your face when I first asked you that, you know, you're kind of sibling. It's okay. I understand I have African parents too, but we can still text if you don't mind that. Oh, no. I blocked him. It's hilarious. Like, I really can't claim that his relationship. Remember, like, I think it was like around August, like, of this year. I remember that, like, story. I was like, oh my God. I was like, if you look that good when we were just in middle school, how would you look like now? I'm just curious to know how are you looking like? Did you age like fine wine? Because I would love to know. I had that girl's Instagram. I was like, hey. And she was like, hey. So I remember that one cousin I dated, like, I dated for like less than like 24 hours. Yeah, him. She's like, yeah. She was like, give his Instagram because I'm trying to figure out how this boy looks like now. Like, I just want to know how he looks like. And she tried to look for it. She was like, I can't find it. So I'm like, damn. I asked her other sister. She was like, I couldn't find it either. I'm like, damn, does this boy not have a social media? Like, but that's enough of that story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for all the subscribers and likes and the views and all that kind of stuff. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on the flip. But the next video I'm probably gonna do a Q&A or something so y'all can get to know me, or like, you know, something a little different. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.
I know you mad for some word. I wish you best of luck. Now I'm finna throw them juices